Hello, dear amigas and dear amigos. I'm Luke Alone, and today I'll be talking about this record here. It's called The Dark Side of the Moon by the English rock band Pink Floyd. It was released in 1973, and many say that this is one of the greatest rock albums of all time, and I'm one of them. It's a very philosophical album that covers many important things or aspects of our life itself. And this was recorded in the famous Abbey Road studios in England, and it was recorded by the classic lineup of Pink Floyd, with David Gilmour on guitar, Richard Wright on keyboards, Nick Mason on the drums, and the famous Roger Waters on bass. Roger Waters also wrote all the lyrics of this record here. So, first of all, I will give you a review, and then I will present you or tell you that I think it's the best version or best pressing of this album. The criteria for my rating of best pressing, best album, is also in another video that I've made. It's called it's my video about audio mastering that you should check out too. So let's start with this album here. So it starts with the track "Speak to Me," which is just the intro of this album. Then it continues with the track "Breathe," which is sung by David Gilmour. A very great intro for the album. First track, really first track. Also great soundscapes with guitar layers. Really nice. Great track. And I think it's about the beginning of life in the philosophical way. Then it comes to the track "On the Run," which we all are. We are all on the run about making more money, having more success, and it's sometimes very hectic, like this track itself. It was recorded with an EMS synthesizer, which was very new or brand new at the time, and it's just a instrumental synthesizer track. That's very hectic. Then the track "Time." It's about time, also sung by David Gilmour, with I think a fantastic, one of the best guitar solos by Gilmour. He also used the effect space echo on this track, and therefore the guitar solo sounds very far out, very spacey, but also really fantastic. One of my favorite tracks of this album. Then it goes to the track "The Great Gig in the Sky," which is sung by a woman, and Richard Wright accompanied with his keyboards. And I think this song is about love. Let's say it that way. Then side 2 starts with the track "Money," which is also sung by David Gilmour. Lyrics are written by Roger Waters and are some of the best lyrics about money that were ever written. You know, like they say in the song, "Money is the root of all evil today." Then it goes to the track "Us and Them," which is a track about war. You know, us. There's always two armies who fight each other on wars, like they have again here in Europe, which very sadly. And it's also sung by David Gilmour. It has some great keyboard layers by Richard Wright, and it's a song that has this slow and loud, also in the mixing. Yeah. Then it comes to the track "Any Color You Like," which I think is about drugs. It's a very nice. It has fantastic keyboard solos by Richard Wright, and also great guitar accompany by David Gilmour. Also one of my favorite tracks on this album. Then the track "Brain Damage," which is about politics. Best way to know what they are singing about, also "Brain Damage" is sung by Roger Waters, is when you listen to the original or watch the original screen films that they've shown when they had their concerts, for example in the 1994 tour. That's also here on YouTube. Just check it out, it's very fantastic. And then "Eclipse," which is about the eclipse when when there's when the moon eclipses the sun, and it's the coda of this album. It's like the end of life. You know, starts with birth, and you know, then we live and then we die. Yeah, and that's my review about this album. I give it 5 of 5 stars. It's an absolute masterpiece, no doubt about it. And a good thing about this album that I say it's a art rock, acid rock album. It's not very experimental. It's really almost a bit poppy. You might call it if you listen to some other stuff that's more experimental. It's easy to understand this album. Let's say it this way, and to really enjoy it. It's fantastic. For one main point that I've forgotten is this album is really well recorded. Fantastic sounding, even today, even for today's standards. So this was my review, and now I will give you some recommended pressings. My favorite pressing or version of this album is this that I have here in my hands. This is the German quadrophonic LP from 1974, which has the quattro mix. I don't have a quad set up, so I can only listen to it in stereo, but I tell you, even the stereo mix sounds perfect. Absolute best version that you can get. And it was mixed by the famous Alan Parsons, who also engineered this album. He recorded with the band, he was one of the engineers, he recorded it with the band in the studio, in the Abbey Road studios. So he knew how to mix it properly. I still don't know why they used another one for the mixing of the original stereo mix. I just don't know it. I don't know why. Because Alan Parsons made it perfectly. And even in stereo it sounds the best. I think all instruments are really clear. The separation is fantastic. You know, even the stereo effects that this album has, maybe even better in quattro. Absolute best version, believe me. The only thing that is different, I think, mostly compared to the original stereo mix, is that the bass is not as loud as on the original stereo mix. But you know, I'm more a Gilmour and a Richard Wright fan than a Waters fan, so I like this here more than the original stereo mix, which is also good. But I tell you, quad mix, best mix of this album. Another, you can also get this mix in the original UK version, and I think that was also a Brazilian quad pressing. And on the German Democratic Republic, or yeah, from the DDR as we call it here in Germany, they used the quad mix as in stereo on the. I think it was released in 1979 there. So if you have the money to buy this or the UK version, check this version out. It has the same mix. There's also the. It is also included in the, I think, in the Immersion box set from 2011. Yeah, that's also this mix in it. And another standout versions that I can recommend you on CD are the MFSL pressing. It sounds as if they just transferred the original master tape of the original mix, exactly not the quad mix. And without any mastering shenanigans, bad mastering shenanigans. It sounds really flat, linear, just the tape, really nice. Yeah, also great versions are of the original mix, the UK version that I also have. I have also the Canadian first pressing, which sounds really nice too, and the German one is also great. Yeah. There are no really bad versions of this album. I even like the 2011 remaster. It's very well mastered. I can't say nothing bad about it. But the only bad version, or version that I don't like very much, are the 1992, I think 1994 remaster of this album, because I think the bass is too loud and the keyboards don't sound right on this version. But otherwise, it's also good. But I would recommend you getting the 2011 or even a pressing from the 80s. Yeah. Also standout version is the 2003 SACD version that has a great stereo mix and a great great 5.1 mix even on it. Yeah. But my winner for best version is this quad version. It sounds absolutely perfect for me. So that was it for my video. I hope you liked it. Please give me a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. Yeah, that's all, and peace.